Yay, we are recording again, this time with Skype, because it's review time. Review of the last map we did, which was Beldurra. This one, well, it's one of the two new maps we had a choice from, because the other one, we weren't sure
The
yet.
other one.
Anyway, Beldurra, three-part map. At least it's more parts than the last ones we've been playing. Significantly better than the last one he did play. Um, Overall, it's okay. What'd you think?
It was pretty.
Yeah, I'll agree. Long, 'cause it took 47 minutes. The three-part map for 47 minutes is pretty good, but at the same time not.
Well,
Depends. It depends on a lot of variables. It's outside of the range by 2 minutes, but still, it's really dependent.
length is always kind of
We can
well.
we can
Length is
forgive
always
some.
partially tied to enjoyment of the map, though.
Yeah.
I will admit that.
So yeah, let's get on with the review, shall we? 5 stars
Yes.
max. Okay, 5 stars max, 1 star minimum. Number of infected for the campaign. What'd you think?
Well,
First time we killed 2,000 in a while.
physically there was a lot,
Part
but
3.
actually dealing with them wasn't too bad, though.
That's true.
We seemed to have what we needed when we needed it to deal with that stuff, and we had the you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's done it
It
right.
Yeah, it balanced what you had to how many infected. So the amount, it may have been a bit more than usual,
But it's
but
got the right balance.
this kind of it's a full stall.
Yeah, it's got the right balance. It seemed like the first two there wasn't a whole lot of zombies, and then the third part, overall hordes, just constant hordes.
I think it was going with that progression thing, you know.
Yeah, and it worked pretty damn well. Um, the last one did feel lengthy because of the constant horde. It took us a while to get through it, and then finally we got the break. And then we started the finale. We didn't even know we started until just the last part of it when we seen like, okay, that happened. And that's when we kind of, I think we lost ourselves for a moment because when we got to that point where we kind of finally had a break, all of a sudden we're immediately starting the event, and we didn't even realize it until once we started it.
Well, we should have realized a little bit when there was a room filled with everything you'd ever need.
Yeah, and it wasn't hard. It was kind of a decent finale.
It
Um,
was
it was just
balanced.
yeah, and then just the part leading up to it was the challenging. The finale seemed easy compared to the parts leading up to it, and it's what kind of makes it fun in a sense. Because then you think, okay, the finale is a joke. Well, it's a lot of games are like that. You go to a boss and you realize the boss is a complete joke compared to all the other bosses you fought in the game,
It is kind of funny that way.
and that's what sometimes makes it fun to play. So, yeah, it's a full star. Length of campaign is 47 minutes long. At least it took us that long. Um, do you think it's a full star worthy, or do you think it's a little longer than it should be?
I think it's full stall worthy myself. I mean, it didn't seem. It's it's about as much as long as I'd want to play map, and it was a decent map all around anyway. Yeah, I had no problem with its length.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. It's only a couple minutes past the normal range that we have three-part maps in, which is 30 to 45 minutes. So it's not like it's hurting itself. 2 minutes could be just us being searching around anyway. But it was kind of the thing where we kind of didn't mind about the length. It did feel lengthy at the end, but again, that involves the hordes. They were the ones kind of slowing us down. Um, That and that bridge, the dock that we had to get on to, that took a while to get through. It would have been faster if we just walked it.
Well, I think we could have got off earlier.
Yeah, that too.
I just rewrote it anyway.
Yeah. And overall, the length really wasn't a problem. I mean, we played maps where length is a total problem. Either it was too short or incredibly long when it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the length wasn't too much of a factor. That leads us to the next one, difficulty fitting. Did it feel right for normal difficulty?
Let's see. It had its hordes.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of. It had special infected that took us down, which all us and the computers, we all went down. We didn't die, but that's kind of expected on medium, I think.
Came close, though.
Yes, coming close, and it seemed to have, like, breakpoints. Well, you could either miss it if you weren't looking right, or that had the items you'd need about when you'd need them. So yeah, I give it a full star. All
right, I'll give it a full star. As well. It was completely balanced throughout. It didn't feel like it was overpowering at times, and when it did kind of hit that overpowering edge, immediately it balanced itself back into normal, because just the final part where we were just getting constant wave after wave after wave, all of a sudden there's a new set of ammo, or there's health there, or something like that we needed so we can move on. And it was just almost perfect timing every time. So that tells me that these guys tested their map right away. They wanted to make sure it's balanced, where wherever they felt like they were getting hurt too much, they threw a med pack our way. Or if they felt like we were running out of ammo, they threw ammo stash where we needed it. There is one thing I could really say they need to take out, and that would probably be the laser sights. I mean, I found like 4 or 5 of them. There just does not need to be that many.
So they don't affect the game terribly much.
It doesn't affect the difficulty at all. I'm just saying that's one of those things where laser sights are meant to be rare, not to be spawned almost every place you need them.
Well, no. Don't those have to be hard-coded into the location?
I don't know. It seemed like they were coded every time, though. Because we found like 5 of them. I've never seen the AI director give us 5. So, yeah, I think they were coded in.
The thing is, you get that one early on, there's a good chance you're probably just going to keep it the entire way through anyway.
Yeah, and that's what it's meant, really. I mean, if you think about it, Dead Center had that, and it was meant for you to kind of take that gun with you from the start to finish.
Well, you get the one in Dead Center halfway through it, right?
I think it's the second part. Because that's where you get it at the ammo place.
Oh, yeah.
And
yes, it's the second part.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with having the laser sights. I just think it was too often. And they're really meant to be rare. I mean, Dead Center has an automatic one, and then everything else is just a rare chance of getting one into it. And that's based on the AI.
Well, it could have been like that with us, and we were just rolling 100 on them showing up.
That's possible, but I don't want to take that risk. I am not going to rely on my luck to do that. But anyway, it's not like it was too overpowering. It was nice to have them. It didn't really affect our shots. It didn't affect anything else. As for health was fine. Specials, it seemed a little uneven in terms of variety. I mean, the specials were fine in terms of how many spawned, but I'm talking about, like, there would be one section where it was just constant smokers, or another section where it was just constant hunters. It never really gave itself a variety.
Well,
it was
might have tested to see which special infected works best in that area.
Yeah, but I don't want to see, like, 3 friggin' hunters in a row. After you kill one, all of a sudden, here's another one.
And then again, it could be the AI director.
There could be a lot of
There's a
variables.
lot of variables into that.
So yeah, that was the only thing that kind of bothered me was just it was constant hunters and just that last part, and I think it was a part before where it was just constant smokers we kept hearing, another part before it was constant boomers we were hearing. It was just like the fuck. We just killed one. There's another one. Fuck. You know. Um. Other than that, there really wasn't too much of a problem with difficulty. We took care of the specials. We took care of the tanks. We took care of them when we needed to. Also, the surprise tank was a nice touch. I don't know if that's scripted or not, but that was a nice touch.
That was a nice tank.
Yeah. So, moving on to design. I don't know what Beldurra stands for. I don't know if someone just came up with a name and thought that was a cool looking name.
I'm going with it was the name of the city we went through.
Probably.
Wait, I'm gonna read the description so I can find out.
But, aside from
it's
the
name of the city that
Okay.
takes place in.
Alright. Aside from Beldurra being a name, in terms of design, what did you think about that?
I loved it. It's what I want to see. And I don't know if it's because I spent so long away from playing the game or not, but I really liked it.
Well, consider the last couple we've played.
Well, the last two we played, one there was another one we both really liked.
Yeah,
So,
but that was creating worlds, and then you had the other one, which was the lava one.
which
That was the whole dread situation, of course. But
no, I liked the way everything was laid out. How I don't know, it had proper. I don't know how to describe it, but I know I liked it.
okay, so obviously it's a 1 star from you. Um, I thought it was pretty good. It's not generic, but it does have that generic feel to it. But it added the idea of putting lock picking in it.
I like that.
It added the idea to make your own Molotovs. It added a lot of cool, innovative ideas to it, which in turn kind of ups its design to me. And so I'm going to give it a full star because they did a lot of new ideas with it, and it worked. Specifically, I did like the Molotov making, but in a way that kind of breaks the game. You can have one person constantly make Molotovs, come back, kill a bunch of fucking hordes, and then go back and make more. It kind of does break the game.
Well,
but
at
the same
section we got a lot of those smokers.
There was two of them. Which is nice, is that they balanced it out where there was only 2 of them in the entire map that I found. I don't know if there's more. There might have been. We didn't find it. If it was a constant thing, like every fucking house had one, yeah, that's too much. But it was kind of a nice, innovative thing. But I would kind of limit the amount of how many uses it has. Like, it should have, like, maybe 3 or 4. And then it would be a balanced one. Other than that, it was good. It's not going to affect its value too much. So yeah, full star. And last is recommendations. I'm going on in that saying that you recommend it.
I do.
Yeah, and obviously I do. It's 5-star map. It's one of the few 5-star maps that we took a look at and actually quite enjoyed. It was intense at the end when it needed to be, and it started off very well in the beginning. So, in terms of generic, it's better than generic, because generic tends to just be the same. But it's not like it's overpowering like There Is Only One Way. I mean, There Is Only One Way was more of an art description than this. This one was more of actually playing the game. So it's a different level of fun. And
well, yeah, I mean, I will say that one was made for an event.
Well, yeah, it was not made. That one was made for an event, but it was also kind of more of an artsy style. It did a nice.
Cinematism.
The cinemas of that of There Is Only One Way made it so goddamn fun to play because you got to see all these graphical changes that you would normally never see in Left 4 Dead 2. And then you go on to this map, which feels kind of having that generic feel to it, but it does it right. It feels like it could be a part of the core map system.
Which it needs to be.
Well, there's a lot of maps that need to be part of the core maps now. But it's just got a nice feel to it. It could be a little bit better in terms of its balancing, but it's not really hurting like now. I think it's completed.
Yeah.
So, other than that,
as it stands, it's pretty much. I would say it was complete from playing it anyway.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's pretty done. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of go off a bit topic. We did a review of Let's Build a Car, and we did a follow-up one when it said it was complete. To the person who made that map, we're not doing that again. I don't know what happened, why you said it was complete, and then suddenly tell us it's not. We're not going to do another review of that. We've seen enough to know that it's a good map. And we only kind of give it a second try. It's not like There's Only One Way. There was a whole new system added to it. There was a new idea to it.
So we did give that map the second time too, though.
Yeah, it was the same map at the second part of it, but again, they added a whole new section to it too. Whereas Let's Build a Car was the same map overall. There really wasn't many changes other than there was more lighting.
Yeah, I kind of doubt there's going to be much change either.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, French Death, because that is the creator, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
It's nothing personal, but you kind of told us that after we made when you said it was complete, we took 3 weeks before we even decided to do it, because you had updated it from then, and it was complete. We had about 3 weeks ahead. You had time to finish up. I don't know what you did, why you stopped, but we're not doing it again. And I know you got to complete again, but that's final. We've kind of made that decision. There is another map we plan to do that is currently in complete status. We'll get to that, I guess. I'm not entirely sure if we want to, because it was a map that I didn't like. So, yeah. Other than that, yeah. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed. Hopefully Dredd will be with us next time. I didn't ask him because this was more spontaneous, and we kind of wanted to get another map out since it's been about 3 weeks since we did. And, yeah, it's pretty much the reason. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you later.
Yep. See you next time, Space Cowboy.